What is love? And how do I know that I love my neighbor genuinely? Now, love is deep and love is vast. But for the purpose of this question, I want to say that love is to be affectionate. Love is to be compassionate. Love is sharing with one another in words and in action. In the book of 1 John chapter 4, 10 and 11, Jesus said, "This is love, that the Father loved the Son and gave him for the atonement, the sacrifice of our sin. Henceforth, if God has loved us, we also ought to love one another." If God has loved us, we also ought to love one another. So whatever love that God has shown to us, we also have to replicate by loving one another. And how do we do that? Is to be selfless. Selfless in the sense that in crucial moments of life, we need to stand up for ourselves. Not only when things are rosy, but in crucial moments of life, like what Jesus did. Money is the root of all evil. That is 1 Timothy 6:10. The Bible says money is the root of all evil, where some have coveted and have been pierced with many sorrows. Money is good, but the love of it is where the problem is. That is where evil is breeded. They say money, the root of money, the love of money is the root of all evil. We must understand something about money. Jesus speaking in Matthew 6:24. He said, "You cannot serve two masters, for either serve one and serve the other." He said, "You cannot serve God and serve Mammon." Mammon is the god of wealth, which has driven many to be doing all kinds of things. But because of this question, we want to look at it in this direction. Abraham feared God, but even at that, he still went astray. David feared God. Even at that, he still went astray. And many like that, they feared God. But even at that, that does not mean that they don't have God in their hearts. The way to test somebody that money cannot control is through simplicity and integrity. Because when we say the roots of all evil, the love of money is the root of all evil. We are talking about greediness. Unfortunately, greed has captured the heart of men. Greed has captured the heart of many. Therefore, they can do anything for money. Now, the church belongs to God. Men are just there, to create order and decency. So, leaving the church or trying to cite somebody is being partisan. And there's nothing like that in the house of God. So, in the case of pastors, church leaders fighting one another, two things are key. Is either the elders or the senior members of the church are called to intervene over the church disputes that is on ground, which is major. Because no matter what is happening in the church, there must be elders. They may not be pastors, they may not be leaders, but because they are elderly and they are more exposed and more experienced, and because of the position that is being accorded to them, they can be called, to mediate over church disputes in order to bring peace and sanity in the house of God. That's number one. Number two, Prayers has to be raised because this is one of the antics of the devil, to divide the church, to bring chaos, disharmony, disunity into the church. So when things like this are happening, the best thing to do is to raise altar of prayer in order to hinder and prevent future occurrences of this kind.